Them bands is heavy, I need a brace. I am money, I guess the world is just a safe combination needed, not a Coca-Cola.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
So here are the Commanders making their way out.
They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
He got touchdowns. I got picked. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person. Obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, what I loved was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 15 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan.
They get 17 there. Good for a Commanders first down.
Jackson now. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Patrick Queen in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Lamar Jackson, for all the talents of escaping pressure that he possesses, he was helpless to do much of anything there. He had no chance. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against an interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move them?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. The ball popped in the air and intercepted.
Well, they had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future and has gotten even brighter after making that play.
And he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington.
Kareem Hunt, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown.
From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 42-yard line. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 13 carries, 107 yards, and the touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
2nd and 9 now. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
He'll look to throw.
This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 27-yard line.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
The Ravens had 8-6 now on the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
There's the versatile back, Kareem Hunt, getting set with the rest of this offense for the next drive.
A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd and 13. And incomplete on the deep ball. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. After 7-3 the score. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
He'll find Bateman once more. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Second and 2. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point.
And oh, that is going to be a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know, most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
They'll set up to throw.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Jonathan Allen with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Touchdown! Quez Watkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play, but so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
We thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Fielded at the 20. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
A big pickup of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Harris running straight ahead. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second down and 8.
They'll look to throw here. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm. But he was more than happy to dissect it with his legs for that first down pickup.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Damian Harris taking it in from 2 yards out. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From the 6.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10.
At the 41-yard line. Here's Jackson to throw. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Jackson throwing the out route incomplete. It's McDonald. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Over the middle, complete to Samuel.
And he will have a first down as they're in the field goal range now at the 30.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Jackson looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Commanders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And this is back to a 5-point game.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game.
As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we're into the final 3 weeks of the NFL season. A lot of races going to be coming right down to the wire. Before we get it back to you guys, let's check out what we have coming up this weekend on the Week 16 NFL slate. In the early window on Sunday, one of the best happens up in Pittsburgh. A big one for the Steelers.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because...
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone to the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 27 yards there, a first down. Now a give, running left is Harris. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On second down, this is Harris. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
86 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
throwing again on second down. Jackson looking left side. That's complete to Oliver.
Touchdown, Washington.
Josh Oliver, an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
They were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
And he will dive into the end zone, and the two-point conversion is successful. So that effort gives him a three-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
Thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. That'll be caught. It's Tony.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 50 catches for him now on the year. He's got a first down. Back to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Man open, it's Tony. He's got it.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. They hand this off to Harris.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll set up a throw.
That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman,
an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens have taken the lead here in this third quarter.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Washington ready to try again on offense. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. This is Harris. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tucker's kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
As the Commanders make their way out on offense, let's take a peek at the playoff picture in the NFC. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? Punt, PAT, or a field goal. In the case of the defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Throwing is Jackson.
Swings this out for Hunt.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Oliver. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
Jackson will throw again. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. Oh, good move. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Washington on 3rd down.
Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw is Jackson.
Able to connect with Dotson.
And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Washington.
Jahan Dotson, 44 yards. And the Commanders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
They'll start the drive with Harris.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Ravens are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.
81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
They'll run again with Harris.
And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Here's 2nd and 8. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Harris. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. He'll drop to throw.
Open man downfield is Duvernay. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 38-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
Let's go now.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run with Harris. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They run with Harris. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now here's another carry for Harris.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. This to perhaps salt this one away. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Lamar Jackson in the offense. Down by 10. Just over a minute 40 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down.
Jackson.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Jackson.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Darnell Savage, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they played this entire game? Not only did they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Washington offense back out there. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Throwing after the interception. Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now it's Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion...
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
The extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
In prime time, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Ravens, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Washington, they...